Okay. Good morning, sir. I'm Ike Michael Uche. I'm the country director of Think Cyber Nigeria. So, Think Cyber fully started operation in 2021, trying to actually bring its product into the Nigerian marketplace. We started our first simulator training in 2022, which the graduates are currently working in the industry. I will actually just shed more light from the success stories. Um, a while for the internet to come up. So we've trained different kinds of people. When we came at our market audience were actually graduates, people who have actually finished, who are trying to actually switch into cybersecurity. That's working class people. Ekene, this Ekene GK. Ekene GK actually was a first class student from Yaba College of Technology. He was part of our first cohort. He's currently working with FCMB. He has switched from the first job we got for him in First Bank. Now, the startup salaries of those startup salaries. So this is the first job we got for him. That was September 2023, if I'm not mistaken. So September 2023. So he moved from there last year to FCMB. So salary currently is over 1 million per month. So the startup salary then was about 650, 700. So we have Grace Adimefe. Grace Adimefe is actually on the other side of the grade. She was never an engineering student. She just read English. And you can see when you see she thinks Cyber Limited, if you scroll down through their you see the year they took her training. So she read English and she just asked, do we really need to be an engineer to take this training? Does it contain mathematics? I said, no, you can come in. She took the training with all passion and she went ahead to actually beat engineering students to actually get the job. Now we have other guys who work for mainstream service. This from the first cohort. Now, for the second cohort, we have Ekpunobi Arrange, who actually, I think he was a master's student. He took the training. He currently works for CyberSoc Africa. CyberSoc Africa is actually the topmost MSSP, managed security service provider in Africa. So we work with them to actually train people. I think we did one training with them for an insurance company, so CyberSoc Africa. So we actually work hand in. They use our infrastructure to this CyberSoc Africa. So what these people do, they actually manage most of the banks in Nigeria. They are the one who manage their cybersecurity access. So it's a top-notch company, and they have presence across Africa. So that's where one. Then the other guy, it's I'm trying to remember his name. Um, Abioye Oyatoye. Abioye Oyatoye. Now, they were in the same cohort. It's called the highest on the training, and they work for the same company. So we have another guy, Nwokeke, Emmanuel Nwokeke. Emmanuel Nwokeke. He actually was in the training. Then, if you look at testimonial videos, you see he moved. He was in First Bank when he took our training. I don't know why he has not upgraded his profile. He currently works in cybersecurity department. Now we have tons of them. We have Bola Onwawe. So we have another guy who actually was a knock manager in Huawei, a knock manager in Huawei. Um, a knock manager in Huawei and actually a knock manager in Huawei who took our training. I'm Olufisayo Awofiso. Awofiso. He is leading cybersecurity in Airtel. Awofiso. Okay, this I was able to get it this time around. So he took our training. He worked with IHS now. He was in Huawei as a knock manager at the time he took our training. Now, from there, he moved to elite partnership and governance. So, with what? Um, Airtel. Now, he works for IHS, associate director. network operations, and center management. So the knowledge of cybersecurity actually gave him this push to actually move, coupled with some management courses. It took. So we've trained, as you can see, cybersecurity analysts in cyber. We've trained different people at different cadres. Now we notice that the problem we have is the cost of the training. So I still with me, the cost of the training. So that is actually why we now started the university project so that we can actually gain numbers and actually train more people. So in the course of training, we've noticed that a lot of people want to be part of this project and actually make money, but we've not devised a proper way in which they can join us and we both make money, building capabilities across Nigeria. That means empowering next generation professionals. So that is actually why we started the Think Cyber High Network Individual Business Partner Forum. So people who could influence training, we as training professionals, we train them, then we now work with them to get jobs. More like an empowerment at different constituencies or different communities across Nigeria. Mostly young graduates who are actually trying to actually build capabilities with themselves. Sir, I just want to confirm if we're still together.
Sure, I'm following. I'm following.
Okay, all right, sir. Now, what makes our training different? The key unique selling point of our training is simply that we use a simulator to do training. This is the simulator you are looking at. Now, what does students need when they come for our training? It's simply because they need to be exposed to an high technology platform where they could build quality skill sets. Now, with tools and techniques, understand the strategies they need to actually do what? Build capabilities and change and move from what? Rookie into a professional. Now, our methodology of training is totally different, not like the traditional school methodology. With this particular training, the student have 24/7 access to this lab over 10 months. Now, the mode of learning, so we have videos recorded by our international partners, international experts that they watch. They watch the videos.
Today's session is about Python. We're going to talk about variables. But before
Now, they have access to books. Access to books they read. I'm trying to see what, then they practice the labs. They practice the labs. Now, in practicing the labs, we on the back end, we're able to monitor how they are actually end to end, how they are actually making progress. How they're making progress. This is an ongoing training. You see, some people already completed, while some are still actually trailing behind. So, while we are at the back end, we are monitoring how they are growing. Now, it gives us, as a trainer, it gives us an holistic direction. Apart from that, we get weekly reports on their performances. Sorry, just 1 minute. Okay, but not this. This is a login code. Okay, so this is the one sent last Sunday, a weekly report. So you can see it's telling us what their performance is, who is doing very well. So this gives us an end-to-end update on what they are doing. Now, this is the back end we see. This is the front end the students are working from. Now with this, we're able to actually, now we have the books, the videos, the books, the labs. Now they solve this lab, simple lab, they come back and actually they solve the lab test, they solve the extra lab. Now, without completing this, you don't have access to this and this. Now, that's the technology. Once they finish the lab, we now have what we call the scenarios. The scenarios are where we test like what the traditional examination. Now, in this case, they are connected to servers. Under 2 or 3 hours, they solve real-life cybersecurity problems, and we actually use it to test their capabilities on what they have been trained on. Now, if you're looking at the background of this place, you see something moving from here to here. These are what real-life attacks of our EDR. Now, I have an EDR connected, endpoint detection and response connected to this system. Let me try to bring it up. That is monitoring what's happening on this system. So that's how we actually, it comes here. Sorry. Okay. So this actually is currently monitoring what's happening on my system. This endpoint, it's showing you. So I have two systems connected. So this is my system. So it shows me every this is my own endpoint. I'm seeing what's happening. Then they are monitoring also from their own end. The vendor is what? On trace. Now, these are what creating platforms like this from the scratch. These are what the students learn along the line in our advanced training because they know about this, they know about how to test, they know about investigation of crime, cyber crime scenes, that which is forensics. Now, so if we look at this, you'll be seeing those some things moving. Those are what where they have our EDR and they are using it, and there are any attacks. So our technology called Spectre is recording all those incidences. Those real life incidences are what we bring to what the scenario for students to use to practice. Hence, they are actually updated in what recent cyber threat terrain. Recent cyber threat terrain. So that's why you see when they come here, they don't work as when they leave this place, they don't go to work as entry level. They move straight to mid entry level personnel because of how the robust knowledge they have. Now, the way of learning again, our 360 degrees, we have videos, we have books, we have labs. Now, the scenarios actually help them now gather proper expertise in what the tool, technique, and what the strategies they have learned in a particular program. Then finally, they now do what? A project. They write a project. Now, in the project, they develop tools, cybersecurity tools, develop real-life tools, and send in as project. Now, that is uploaded into their platform where you can actually see it here. So you can, at any point in time they come, so if you see their progress tracker, so they see all the projects they have done. Immediately you complete all this, the labs, you complete all your labs up to 95%, you do your scenarios, you submit your project, your certification appears here, you download it immediately. So you have certified in that program. So you move on now. All through the training, they actually take about, depending on in the advanced entry level that we are trying to partner, they take 7, and now I think now it's about 9. We have introduced AI fundamentals into our training. We have AI fundamentals, and this is the new program map. Taking a lot of time too. So they do introduction to cyber, Linux fundamentals, Python fundamentals, network research, penetration testing, SOC analysis, and Windows forensics. So those are the tracks they actually do. Sorry. Those are the tracks they do all through the training. Now, in doing all those tracks, they actually gain mastery in about in different domains of cybersecurity. Penetration testing, application security, vulnerability management is actually one domain and one area of specialty. Now, incident response, threat hunting, security engineering is another domain of cybersecurity, and it's actually a different part entirely. Now, the students actually gain mastery in all these parts. They gain mastery. Okay, I don't know why that part is a little bit on. It just showed it just now on not very responsive. I think they are working. It just took some time to pop up. So that's actually what makes us different. Now, we don't stop there. When we finish training, so in all these modules, they watch the video, they take the lab. Now, finally, we just added this. We noticed that in every interview now that they do, you don't just only submit your resume, you send a 1 minute or 3 minute video summary of what you can do. So for every module program these guys take now, they have a recording of themselves displaying their capability. I said it's okay working, but it's just like, so this is the new program map. So as you can see, this line is moving. As you can see, this line moving. So those are examples of our EDR we have. That yes, so that those data are what we gather that you will use for training. We now have AI fundamentals. We have web fundamentals. Now we have network research. So this is where they stop. So with all this course, they can move straight to what being a middle entry level cybersecurity professional with what that is updated with what AI capabilities in the what in the recent cybersecurity tech terrain. Now, we don't just stop there. We work with them to actually organize job fair. This is our job fair.
In a minute to take a screenshot of her desktop.
So this same
here.
I'm not. I don't know if it's very. Let me try to see where I can bring up his face properly.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'll use this to create a link for the file.
If you look, let me try to expand it.
Anybody can access this link from anywhere. I'll copy this link.
So this same guy, Ekene Jike, this is him when he has not gotten a job.
I can use
so that is
change
when he was demonstrating in our job
fair. More real, because anybody seeing that link.
So that was when he was demonstrating in the job fair. This year's job fair, we plan to do it either in Landmark or Eco Hotel. So if we meet with our training target, we should be able to do something like that at the Eco Hotel. So at the job fair, we invite employers from the banks to come and see them display their capabilities, raw practical capabilities and full understanding and mastery of the cybersecurity track. You understand? So the last one I was the panel, but in this set, we'll bring in panels from the bank to come and ask them cybersecurity questions. They display so employers can feel very confident to actually employ them. Now, lastly, what we're trying to do is to ensure that we build a good handshake, trust with the bank. So we're already setting up that, writing out proposals to the bank to actually consider us as the first point of stop when they want to actually recruit cybersecurity professionals. So we're already having that conversations with the bank. So all through now, in terms of industry regulations and industry standard, now because cybersecurity is actually a regulated industry. Just for a minute. We have partnership with CSAN, Cybersecurity Expert Association of Nigeria. So all our cohorts, once they finish, they are immediately how will I put it? They are immediately members of cybersecurity, apart from the certifications they get on our platform. Now, our certification is now global. It covers with access to all 100 different countries with our partnership with City and Guilds. So as they're getting a certification, they can use that certification across 100 different countries. So all these banks are who will be, including mobile telecoms, the big fours, and the oil and gas. So we intend actually having an handshake with these people, and they become people we invite for our job fairs We do one once in a year where they come to see what we do, the capability, so that they feel very comfortable knowing that it makes hiring easy. These guys actually have the capabilities we need to actually solve problems. So now that's the technical aspect. From the quality of the quality of the training platform to the quality of the students we have, now to how we get them job, to properly integrate them into industry with regulators so that they become professionals locally with the local regulators and actually have built to international regulators. We actually have we have built that level of capability. So what we want to do now is how we do more trainings annually. That is why we now set up the Think Cyber Nigeria High Net Worth Individual Business Partner Forum, where we can co-jointly, opportunities we can do, possibilities we can do, we can co-jointly access and deploy trainings. Like we talk to some parastatals, highly placed people to actually create training. Or we can organize events where we actually do what? We call for funds in a trust fund to the business partner forum, where funds are donated for empowerment. Now we use part of that funds to train, while we use part of that funds as shares for the partners who organize such particular event. So I'll stop here. So that's what our training is all about. So having a proper oversight and an eagle's eye over what we do and how we've been doing it across the globe. Just so last year we actually did they did a, because what we do is good, we know the quality of what we're doing internationally. So we did there was an hackathon by the Israeli police, cybersecurity hackathon. So different companies competed in Israel. So Think Cyber cohort came first. Apart from that, we have actually trained the Israeli FBI on advanced forensics and investigation, crime scene investigation in Israel. So if you look at our program mapping very well, it still continues up till this place, up till this place, up to we have not done up to this place. So there are limitless opportunities. So normally we don't advise training civilians more than this place, because this particular platform was not actually built for civilians. It was built for military. So when we have military people, we're talking to for some military projects where we train about maybe 10. Now, the cost of this training, as cheap as it is, in EC Council is about $25,000 per head. So if we have military people, we could have a program where they pass through all these modules in 2 years. So they are fully built, because at the military level, it's no longer protecting communist assets, it's protecting the asset of the nation. That's the critical cybersecurity digital asset. So we're having a conversation where we roll through, but for civilians, currently in the Nigerian, we have not exceeded this place. So we can build up to this place, where these are more intricate advanced courses, so that we have because now we're dealing with kids who are students and they've not worked before, they don't understand ethics and standards, so that we don't actually start building cyber criminals. So we don't go more than this place. So I will stop here, sir, if and take questions.
All right, that's a very good and elaborate kind of explanation. My first question is, what is the qualification, the least qualification that is expected of one who is to get kind of qualified to enroll? The least qualification.
Okay, because most of them wants to get a job, and to actually get a job, you have to be a graduate, at least in the kind of companies we are poaching for employment. So if you want to actually get the kind of salary of 700, 800, you must be a graduate that has served. Now, irrespective of what you read.
Okay. There's this friend of mine that I have, and I'm thinking of discussing this with him because he usually organizes. He runs Institute of Chartered Administration, and he does a lot of training with people from different cadre. And sometimes he takes the training or workshop overseas, like Dubai, London. Last year he was in London with some group of people.
Okay.
You know the nature of these people in the country.
Okay.
They like to find a way to get out of the country, so that to justify the amount of money that they are kind of paying.
Okay.
And they want something to be done, like taking them overseas, and then so they can ask for extra codes. They will ask for this, ask for that. Then they too, they have the money, they map out for it, and there's one that they will share among themselves. Stuff like that. That is the nature of this country. And he does
that.
such.
We can do that. We can try if they want us to take the training. We can travel with them to London, where they actually host a training. The training we'll still do the training there.
Okay.
We can travel with them. We can travel with them to London if they want to spend 2 or 3 weeks there. We do the training right there in London with them. It's this same platform we're using. We can do it anywhere.
But if you're going for a London training, it's something that will not last for more than maybe 3 to 5 days.
Yes.
Or
the way we package, we had something like that to do with NUPRC, former DPI, Department of Petroleum, DPR. Now, so they came on ground here in Lagos for two months. Now they continue the rest online.
Okay.
So they now went back, continued the rest online and graduated online. So for those kind of people, we can do maybe 5 days or 10 days on site in London. Then the rest they now complete it online.
Okay. Very good. Another point I'm trying to ask is, can you package something for pipeline protection, like pipeline vandalization protection?
No, we don't. There's no cybersecurity course for that. That's SCADA.
Okay.
That's SCADA. That's their monitoring. That's SCADA. It's not really cybersecurity.
Okay. I also know someone within the NSDC who is into the how do I put it? I think he's in charge of that's this civil defense. I think he's in charge of any vandalization, like vandals and stuff like that. Is there any special training?
All those things you are talking about are sensors. You see, that we pulled SCADA out.
Okay.
It's not commercial. Okay. We had those ones are control systems and SCADA. Okay. We pulled it out. Now, mainly what cybersecurity does in all those places, if you are talking about not pipeline, the main control system where maybe they are producing the oil, it has a control system. Now, somebody can hack into it and change the manipulation of the control system where it can mix 2 chemicals and lead to explosion. I'm not sure you understand what I'm saying. Now, let's say where they are manufacturing petroleum, it has a control system where nobody goes there. Normally, backnet or whatever it is, they have modules of controls. So we have removed it. There's ICS, introduction to ICS. This control system. Now, the next part are what? Customized modules, SCADA and all those stuff. So somebody can hack into it remotely, change the module of what goes into what does not go into what, and actually do what? Frustrate that particular process. Example, the Iranian nuclear weapon manufacturing sites. Now, they introduce a virus into that particular that actually crippled all the what mechanism of actually doing the manufacturing. You can go back. I've forgotten the right name of the virus. So that's the cybersecurity aspect of manufacturing, of manufacturing sector. So those who actually work in oil and gas sector, when they finish, they take courses like this control system, because what they do mostly at that part is control systems. The control system mixing this, so it is being powered by routers and some other stuff. So somebody can come in and actually manipulate those modulars and actually do what? They manipulate the modulars and actually configure it, change it, and or introduce a virus into the system. It either paralyzes the physical structure or mechanical structure, or it actually changes the function, the architectures of the function, so that it mixes either this with a wrong chemical. It can either lead to explosion or frustrates different types of attack, depending on the attack surface the attackers are actually looking at. Sorry, I don't know if you're still here with me.
Oh, sure, I am.
Okay,
I'm
now,
very,
so
very
in the case of vandal, there is no, it's actually if somebody trying to steal something. So it is from the control system monitoring dashboard. That's not cybersecurity. That's burglary and theft. That's theft.
okay.
That's theft. They
All
should
right.
have sensors. So they should have sensors
I
along this pipeline that should be able to monitor if there is a burglar attempt or what there is they want to steal. So there should is a sensor that is actually monitored, put on those particular pipelines.
All right. Well, I wanted this recording to be as short as possible.
Okay, sir.
So that it can be a kind of will I call it a short presentation that I can also use,
okay,
for any kind of presentation, that with you,
okay,
as I know that would go a long way. All right, so I think we can call it a day at this point,
okay,
and
sir.
then let me work towards the possibility of getting some clientele. So as much as possible, I think this is a very good something. But that other, have you stopped recording?
1 minute.
Okay.